Histogram is an extremely useful chart to understand the underlying shape of the distribution for a given measure. So for example, if you want to look at the profit margin, the product base margin, okay, so that is how much profit are we making with all these different products. Does it have a kind of a uniform distribution, or does it have a normal distribution, or does it have exponential distribution? So that kind of stuff. So you can choose one measure, okay? You need to choose only one measure and then click that, and it will give you a histogram. So histogram automatically, it divides up the values of the profit margin into bins. That's automatically done. So it creates a dimension. See, that's a new dimension that Tableau has automatically created called product base margin bin. Okay, and these are the bins. Okay, and count is how many observations fell into this bin. How many here? So if you click the labels icon, so it's going to tell us how many were there. Okay, and if you want to get rid of null, you can right click and say exclude, and the null will be gone. Okay, so from here you can see that this profit margin is what is the most often the case. Okay, it's kind of, except for a couple of peaks, is kind of uniform. There are 2 or 3 spikes in profit margin, but the rest of it is about the same. Now what if we want the user, if you want to give the ability of changing the bin sizes to your user? Suppose I'm looking at it and I want to change the bin size and see what happens. How can we do that? And we can very easily do that by going to this bin and edit. Okay, here the size of the bin right now is 0.0391. Right, you can change that to, create a new parameter. Okay, and the new parameter will set up a new parameter at the bottom, and that will allow users to select bin size. So now it's the parameter. So product margin, give it a name, product margin bin parameter, and you can set up how you want this current value, say 0.04 or 05, and you want it to be in this range. Okay, and you want step size. Okay, how much should it increase by? Well, 1 to 100, so say 10. Minimum is 1, maximum is 100, and doesn't look like, I don't know, let's see. Alright, so click OK. So it's going to use, the bin size is going to come from this parameter. Okay, so that parameter, you'll see that parameter right here. And then you can select what parameter you want. You want it to be 10, but let's go ahead and edit the parameter. I think that these numbers are wrong. It should be maximum is 1, I think. Minimum is 0. This is 0.1. And say current value, let's say, is 0.1. Okay. And you can make this into, you can set up a comment, and you can change the, so now you can change the type to a slider. Then change the bin size like that. Okay. So histogram is used for determining or understanding the shape of a measure, and you can set up a parameter to control the bin size.